All right. So I told you I want to talk about, mothers and fathers and really just women and men before they become mothers and fathers. And because we're not really talking about everybody when we talk about women and men. We're really talking about the people they're primed to reproduce, right? Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you think about marriage is really a union between a man and a woman. I don't necessarily think you need court documentation to be married, but I do think that you need commitment to be married. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? And a lot of people are committed, but I don't think we can talk about this in detail later. I really don't think that Americans in general or like modern people in general they're not equipped to be married without the pressure that marriage actually has, right? Without the court document. Like, they're not really equipped for that. They're not really equipped to be married without consequence.
Right.
So when I say that, I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Are you saying that people can't commit to one another without the piece of paper at this point?
Why the piece of paper, though?
Because
like it's a court document. There's bad things happen when you get divorced. Like, you lose money, people So that's what I'm saying. People don't do anything without some financial something attached to it. Like, people are really poor.
People want to feel secure. Like,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, not people want to feel secure. Women probably want to feel secure, but I'm saying men don't want to get married. And I think part of the reason men don't want to get married is for multiple reasons. I guess we could talk about this, but I think men don't want to get married because I think men. I'm going to speak in general because really I think men don't want to get married because I don't think women are really marriageable. I think a lot of women are not marriageable right now. Like. I think women think that they can flip a switch, but men don't look at you like you can flip a switch. That's the problem. Yeah. And I think maybe women can flip a switch. There, I found an easy groove that I'm not going to get canceled. I do think women probably can flip a switch. I think maybe some women can have hot girl summer and then turn it off. Right. I do think that once a woman decides that she wants to be in a relationship, I do think she can turn it off. The problem with that is men don't do well with your past. They just don't.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Especially now, the internet's forever. So men don't do well with that. So if you have a past, a man is only going to treat you how your past dictates he treats you.
Right.
And I just think that is what it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But as a man, it is really hard to get it. I don't even like the fact that you kiss somebody at 5 years old. Like, right? 5 is when you had your first kiss. Right, like, yep, outing you. No, I'm just playing, but I don't.
Not my fault.
That's okay. Don't do that. No, but that even is kind of like annoying to me, and I'm being petty, of course. But men don't like women with past, like, and no matter how hypocritical that might sound, that affects a man. So if you have a past, a man is only going to treat you as good as your past has treated you. Right, and that just is what it is. That's why the same girls get messed with by the same dudes in the celebrity world, right? Yeah. That's why everybody want to be with Lori Harvey. Like, she gets treated like a certain caliber of woman, so men want to also do that for her. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of is what it is. Like, it's how men are, and it's how women are too. Like, men are going to treat you as well as you've been treated, or as much as you've been dealt with, and men are going to take you as seriously as you've taken yourself. So even though I do believe that a woman can have her fun and then decide, I'm going to be a committed woman and a mother, men can't erase that. Right. You look like you want to talk.
No, I was just like kind of processing it. Yeah.
Is that, I mean, think about it. I mean, I could be wrong.
Because it's like you're kind of, okay. Because it's like, like the men see the woman, okay. Like, so for the woman who has like that type of past or whatever, like, and it's like, what am I going to say? Like, basically, it's like you valuing yourself. Like, if you're willing to give, like, your body to, like, whatever and whoever, like, then, like, why would a man, like take pride in, like...
Thank you.
Marrying some, like, like...
Listen, I have not talked to her about this, really, and me and her don't necessarily have these conversations about men and women together, so she just came up with that, and that's... I think married women understand that.
Yeah.
Women that aren't married just think that a man is just supposed to agree with whatever you do.
Right.
It just doesn't work that way, boo boo. I'm sorry. Like, men are not built that way. And I think one of the things I don't like is we live in this world. We tell people how they should be.
Right.
Like we tell white people you shouldn't be racist. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not saying white people are just inherently racist, but that is the talking points, right? White people, you shouldn't be racist. Well, it doesn't. If the white people don't like black people, they just don't.
Right.
And we shouldn't be making them feel bad. Like yelling at them and calling them names is not gonna make them like you more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And I just think that we do that with men and women. Like we say, well, men need to be like less hypocritical and be more understanding of a woman's past. Like things happen and blah, blah, blah. Like that's all good and well. But I'm sorry, if I was still single, I'm never signing up to be a stepdad. That was never going to be and I'm not shading anybody or shaming anybody for doing that.
Right, but it's like you have your own standards.
I have my standards, and I should be allowed to have those without feeling shame.
Right.
I should be allowed to say, this is my preference.
Right.
Now, this is just an aside. When I feel like when race is a preference, you have a fetish. That's weird. Like you're Puerto Rican, I'm black. If I just was headhunting Puerto Ricans, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. And you shouldn't want to be with me.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, why are you with me? Are you only with me because I'm Puerto Rican? I'm just the best Puerto Rican you can get. Like, I never had that as a thing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, race was never like I got to get this girl because that's never been a thing. You can look at my history. Like, that's never been a thing for me, ever. Like, ever. Like, I can see, like, certain features, but, like, that's never been a thing for me.
Yeah, because pretty much, like, the people that you've talked to have been, like, of every color. Like.
White, black, mixed, Puerto Rican, dark skin. Like, literally, like, so that's different. But, like, when it comes to, like, if I like a woman that's taller, I shouldn't be shamed for having a preference, is what I'm saying. And that's part of my preferences. Like, if I were out here, if I were single and I don't have kids myself, I want to start a fresh family. I want to do new things with you.
Right.
I don't want to do things with you that you've done with other people. Right. Like,
yeah.
I like
then in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, okay, like, yeah, have you done this? Like, or like
little stuff. I love the fact that I was the first time you went to Florida. I love that. I love that we went together for the first time. I love that we went to Miami for the first time together.
Right.
I like stuff like that. Right. You know what I mean? And I think for you, it's a little bit like that, but I think it's different for men. Like, because you want, maybe I'm wrong, but wouldn't you prefer a man that knows what he's doing? Wouldn't you want somebody to show you around? Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I went to Vegas without my wife, right? But I don't think, you probably felt away because I was in Vegas. But I think you would like to know, like, you would like for us to go to Vegas and know, okay, we gonna go here, we gonna go. I think you would like for me to have that plan, right? Yeah. So it's like, I think that's the problem, right? We don't recognize that men and women are different. Mm-hmm. And I don't like, in general, I feel like we shame men for liking what men like, right? And I don't necessarily like that. I think women might get quote unquote shamed as well. But I think there's good reason for that. I don't think we value chastity like we should. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that women should just be virgins forever. I'm not saying that. I think we live in a different way. If you can do that in a perfect world, then I think you should do that.
Right.
But I don't think, be a hoe in silence. Like, now just be a hoe in silence. Like, everybody don't got to know about your hoedom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being serious. Like, have some discretion about yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with social media. Women are losing discretion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You just kind of looking at me like, what are you thinking? No. What do you think?
I don't.
What do you think about the women today, right?
Yeah.
Because you have just as many females that you follow, female friends, whatever, women friends doesn't sound right. And I don't like calling women females. I never thought that was cool. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't make sense to say women friends to me. That sounds weird. But you have a lot of female friends, right? Like, or at least people that you follow. And I'm sure you have a lot of single female friends that you follow or are friends with or know of.
Right.
That don't want to be single.
Right.
What do you think you see that you can point out, like, that's why you're not with nobody?
I don't know. I think in this day and age, I don't know. I just feel like women...
Before you finish, I've never heard somebody break up this day and age. In my mind, this day and age is just a word.
Did I say and age?
No, you actually separated it. You said this day and age.
I
just day and age is just a word to me. But anyway, go in this day and age.
No, I'm just I don't know. I just feel like a lot of women, how do I say it? Like they want, like we want to be in like control of like a lot of things, and I'm just trying to make sure I don't speak too quick.
Well, let's speak because I don't want it to be too much dead space. But I try to help you. I try to correct you because listen, we live in a day and age where like people will cancel you, but you should be allowed to speak.
I'm not afraid. Sometimes I just be talking and like I don't make sense, but I know what I want to say, and it just don't come out right. No, but I'm just saying. Okay, so because like women think a certain way about how men are, and then also men think a certain way about how women are. Like women feel like they need to go and get their own, like to have that power and to be like, you know what, like really I'm good without a man, but I know that I want, like they be wanting a man too.
Right.
And I just feel because like women are trying to take on like so much, like I'm trying to say like
I know exactly where you're going with this.
It's like you got to know your role. And I just feel like women are trying to play both roles.
Yes.
So it's going to be more difficult for them to link up with a man that is going to be willing to want to take on somebody who's playing both parts already.
Thank you. Boom. And this is the problem because I watch a lot of like podcasts and YouTube videos. Here's the problem. I do believe that women are capable of switching that on and off.
Yeah.
Men aren't capable of dealing with that. Men like consistency.
Yeah.
Men don't like surprises.
Yeah.
Men like to see what you are, identify what you are. That's why Kevin Samuels always says like, it takes 6 months for a man to figure out if he wants to marry you. Mm-hmm. 6 months. Like he'll purposely put you in certain situations just to see how you move.
Yeah.
Right? Like just to like he'll go back, okay, when I did this, she was like this. Okay. When I did this, she looked out. Like I told you, it's certain things. It was certain things about you immediately. Like it was one time. It never left me ever. You was like, you hungry? And I was like, I really don't got the money. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. She was like, I didn't ask you if you have money. Like it was like me saying that was like foreign to you. You wasn't trying to flex or nothing. You was like, oh, I didn't even really expect for you to pay for it. Like I was asking, like, you the first time I had Jimmy John's, and it was because of that, and it was a $5 sandwich. Yeah. But it was like, you was like, no, that's not it. I never forgot that.
Well, like Puerto Ricans, like we have a say, like el que invita paga. Like if you're inviting the person, that means like automatic. You're the one that's paying.
Right.
Like, it's just like what we do. Like,
and that's real. And honestly, that's how it is for me too. But as a man, that you don't get that. Mm-hmm. Men don't get that. I'll never forget when I was a senior in high school, I took this girl on a date, and it really wasn't a date. Like we wasn't talking. I was just like, oh, you want to go see a movie? So we went to go see a movie. We ended up going to Coventry after that. Like it was cool. Like, and I'm cool with her to this day. But like, I'll never forget. Like we went to the movies, and she didn't even think to pay. Like I'm 17 or 16 at the time, I think.
Yeah.
I'm like, she didn't even think to pay. She didn't even look the cashier's way. I'm like, okay. Like I had the money, but I'm like, dang, like she ain't like, okay, so this is a date then. So I better get date privileges. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, like that's what I was raised being like and seeing. So like for you to be like, nah, I didn't ask you for that. Like I was just seeing if you was hungry. Like men remember, what I'm trying to say is men remember stuff like that. It don't take much for a man to identify, okay, she like this in this situation. Men will look at like 5 situations. Like how is she when I'm late? Okay, how is she when I forget to do something? How is she when the check comes out? How is she when I took you on a date? Free date. It was a free date. But I treated you to the date, right? Like it was free bowling, but we went bowling. Right. It was free pool, but we went to play pool. We were in college. Like, don't judge me. We didn't have money. We was both broke, right? We was both broke. The only reason she had money is that just happened to be a day that her dad gave her money, right? Like, or one of the periods that your dad gave you money. So, like, but it was like, I was like, okay, how did she treat it? This woman, I'm going to tell you, like, she appreciated everything I ever did. Like every little thing. And it wasn't fake appreciation. It was just like, she was just happy to be there. Like, oh, what are we doing next? What else you got? What else we doing? Like, she didn't care. Like, it'd be a late night. Oh, you want to go to Burger King? Like, let's go get Hershey pies. Like, it didn't matter, right? So like,
but I think at the end of the day, for me, just knowing like the type of connection like we did end up like making or having, however you want to put it,
right?
Like that made me like overlook a lot of things, like, and I've never been the type to just be like.
I don't think you overlooked. I think you looked past. I think there's a difference.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Because overlooking things means ignoring things, in my opinion. But women always do this. This is what women do.
Yeah.
Either you got it or you gonna get it. It's one or the other with women. And that's fine. I think women should be like that, right? Like, it's either you got it now or you can see, oh, he got something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is.
No,
like, women ain't gonna be with a real woman ain't gonna just be with a bum that ain't got nothing.
Right.
What happens is she gets fooled by a man that looks like he got money and he really don't. He just really a bum.
Right.
But women don't kick it with dudes that ain't got nothing and don't look like they about to be about nothing.
Yeah.
I ain't have nothing, but I look like I look like I would figure it out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what got you to me. And now I'm glad we brought this up because I want to look at the differences. Like, what is the problem? Like, what are men and women missing about each other? And
like talking about it, I think, okay, because I know a lot of women, like we talk, or Kevin Samuels like talks about like dating like a high value man or whatever, and I don't know. I feel like, okay, in women's mind, seeing a man who is like established and has like a lot of money, that validates like, oh, this is the person I want to be with because if he's able to make this much money, then he's worth something. Like,
right.
But in reality, it doesn't have like, I feel like I saw like the opposite. Like I saw the worth before like the like money started coming in.
But that's what he be talking about.
Yeah.
That's what he be talking about because he says women, modern women, and especially black women for multiple reasons. Like, it's not all black women's fault. I want to make that clear. And it's not all women's fault. Like, feminism and the idea of feminism makes you feel bad for just wanting to be a feminine woman.
Right.
Like, which is weird. Feminism is not about being feminine, right? It's about being the same as a man.